In this video, we will talk about logarithmic growth and decay. We already talked about exponential growth and decay, and it's somewhat similar. Let's look at a problem. A farmer monitoring an insect plague notices that the area affected by insect is given by AN is equal to 1,000 times 2 raised to the 0.7 n hectares, where n is the number of weeks after the initial observation. Draw an accurate graph of AN against n and use your graph to estimate the time taken for the affected area to reach 500 hectares. So, in order to draw this graph, we need x and y, where our x-axes are going to be our n, the number of weeks, and then our y is going to represent AN, which is the area that's affected by the insect. So affected area. Initially, when n is equal to 0, 2 raised to the 0 power is equal to 1. So initially, again, it's at 1,000. And then as week goes by, it's going to increase. So that is the graph of AN. In order to estimate the time taken for the affected area to reach 500 hectares, we want to find out where it intersects 5,000. So 5,000 is equal to 1,000 times 2 raised to the 0.7 n. So dividing by 1,000, we get 5 is equal to 2 raised to the 0.7 n. Taking the log on both sides, we have log of 5 is equal to log of 2 raised to the 0.7 n. And then using the law of logs, bring it down. So we have log of 5 is equal to 0.7 n of log of 2. So in order to solve for n, remember all of these things are being multiplied. 0.7 times n times 0.2. So if we divide it by 0.2 or 0.7 log of 2, we are solving for n. So n is equal to log of 5 divided by 0.7 log of 2. So calculating this on your graphing calculator, you get n is approximately 3.32. So for B, check your answer using a log and using a suitable technology. Again, I would suggest that you graph this on your calculator and find the intersection on this graph. Irina has 5,000 euros to invest in an account that pays 5.2% PA interest compounded annually. Find using logs how long it'll take for her investment to reach $20,000. So here she has a 5,000 euros and she gets paid 5.2 PA interest. What does PA, this abbreviated, mean? It means per annum. It just means it gets paid annually each year. All right, so in the first year, she starts it off with the 5,000 and she gets an interest of 5.2%. So if I multiply 5,000 with the 1.052, that's going to give us the first year how much she's going to make. This 5,000 actually, if you're curious about why does Miss Lee have a 1 in the front, this means 1 plus 0.052. This 1 will represent the principal amount that she starts with, and then here is going to be the interest. So when you combine them together, 1.052 is going to calculate how much money in total, including the interest and the principal amount of money that Irina is going to have after first year. Second year, Since it gets compounded annually, that means in the second year, she starts it off with the amount of money that she made in the first year. So 5,000 times 1.052 is the money that she has after the first year. And she gets an interest of 5.2% again. So 1.052 is the amount of money that she's going to make on the second year. And third year, as you can imagine, is going to be what she has on the second year, which is 1.052, raise it to the second power, right, because we have two of these, and then multiply that again with the 1.052. So we can generalize this with the nth year. Nth year, she's going to have 5,000, 1.052, raise it to the nth power, which is going to equal to or needs to be reaching at least $20,000 or euros, so that's equal to 20,000. All you need to do is now solve for an n. In order to solve for an n, we want to divide it by 5,000 on both sides. So we have 1.052 to the nth is equal to 4. Take the log on both sides and bring it down the n. We have n log of 1.052 is equal to log of 4. Therefore, n is equal to log of 4 divided by log of 1.052. If you use a calculator to simplify this, we get about 27.3. About 27.3. So how long will it take for her investment to reach 20,000? It takes about 27.3 years. So if we round that up, she needs to invest it in it for at least 28 years. Similar questions to the previous one. Tabo has $10,000 to invest in an account that pays 4.8% per annum compounded annually. How long will it take for his investment to grow $15,000? So he again starts with $10,000 and then he gets an interest of 4.8%. So 1.048. How many payments, right? How many years later will it be equal to $15,000? To solve for t, you need to divide it by 10,000 on both sides, so you're left with 1.048 t is equal to 3/2. And then we have to take the log on both sides, so log of 1.048 raised to the t is equal to log of 3/2. Using the law of logs, we know that this t comes in the front, so we can solve for t by dividing by log of 1.048 on both sides. So we have log of 3/2 is 1.5. I'm running out of space. So log of 1.048. If you use a calculator, it comes out to be approximately 8.65 years. Alright, so continuing with this problem, what if the account pays 4.8% per annum compounded quarterly? Instead of compounding annually, what happens if it compounds quarterly? That means every quarter he gets a payment. Instead of waiting for a whole year, every quarter he gets paid. So in order to calculate that, we need to find out, it's a similar setup. 10,000 is what he starts with, times 1 plus 4.8 is a 0.048. Divide that by 4, because it's a quarterly. Raise that to how many payments are there, right? Every quarter he gets paid, so every year there are 4 payments. So 4t is equal to 15,000. All right, let's look at this one more time. We're starting with the 10,000. That's the principal amount of money. How much interest is he making every quarter? That's 0.048 divided by 4, which is 0.012. That's the interest that he's making every quarter. And then how many payments later would it be equal to 15,000? So in order to calculate this, a couple different ways you can do this one. First, you could multiply this by, or divide it by 10,000 on both sides. So we were left with 1 plus 0.012, right? This simplifies into 0.012. So 1.012 raised it to the 4t is equal to 3 over 2. Taking the log on both sides, we can say 4t log of 1.012 is equal to log of 1.5. So in order to solve for t, all of these things are being multiplied, 4 times t times log of this. So we can divide it by t is equal to log of 1.5 divided by 4 log of 1.012. If you calculate this, it comes out to be approximately 8.4977. So approximately 8.50.